Good morning, all. CamelbackTrading.org coming to you this Tuesday morning, April 25th. We are looking at Window Trader's market profile of the ES and SPY. So after the bulls put the daily back into balance in the S&P, we're right now testing the bottom of our 3-day balance. Okay, in the overnight, we actually dipped lower. We're trading right at yesterday's low. Remember when I said last night, we have 3 lows very close to each other. In the S&P. We'll see if we get below it, if we get any tempo or volume. If we do, take it out. Remember, yesterday I treated it as an inside day. We came out of it to the upside. 3 time frames got nothing as they were stymied at that C's high from Thursday. Now let's see if the sellers are able to get going below these 3 daily lows, or will they be rejected and still be in balance? We'll see, right? We have big tech earnings again start tonight after the close. With Google and Microsoft reporting. As far as the other ones go, NQ, they're also languishing at the bottom of yesterday's low. Okay, they came back into balance. Now, again, you'll have to look to see how big a balance you would use in NQ. But for sure, righties attempting to come out of a 10 or 11-day balance to the downside. So, a little precarious here for the bulls in all 3 of our indices on the daily time frame. More importantly, in the S&P, if they do come out of balance to the downside, you're taking out the weekly low. So you'll stop the one-time framing up in the weekly after 5 weeks if they're able to do that. So a lot on the line here early this morning. As far as the game plan, again, we talk about it constantly. First of all, there was nothing to lean on inside of yesterday, right? All we had yesterday was the day's low and the day's high. So any acceptance back into value, what's going to stop you from trading all the way back up? And the answer is really nothing. So again, you can front run. Here's the problem with front running the overnight low today. I mean, you can do it, but the overnight low is below these 3 daily lows. So you would, right off the bat, if you front run it, if it takes out the weekly low, the weekly will be back in balance. Just keep that in mind, okay? I'm not saying you can't do it if it pushes down. Right now, we're pretty far away from it. Same with the overnight high. The overnight high is towards the day's high. So, a couple of things you can do. You can take a long against yesterday's low. Again, we have 75 minutes to go. You have a 10-wide overnight right below it. So you can take that long. I don't know if you're certainly not going to want to take the heat down to the overnight low. That's 9 points. But you can take the heat probably to the weekly low. So if you take a long against yesterday's low, I would use the weekly low as my out. And then again, you can decide if you want to re-enter to see if they front run the overnight low. Just remember, this is going to be all with lower value if this happens right off the opening. On the flip side, if we're to push up again in the next 75 minutes, you could use value low as a short first time. See if it gets rejected out of there. If it gets accepted back into value, that trade's over because there's nothing to stop the ALGOs from just grinding right back up towards the overnight high. So again, these are 2 really early plays. So if you're in the trading room, we are breaking this down as it is happening by the minute. And then just quickly on the chart, thanks for the likes and subscribing to this channel. Here's your weekly. Remember, the monthly right now is a little over $10 range with 4 days to go. It's the smallest since 2019 if that holds. Well, last week's range was no better. It's a little over $5.50. So we'll see now. Do we take out last week's low and stop the one-time framing up and come back into balance? Sellers are certainly trying to do that. And on the daily, I was using this as a 3-day balance. Once again, they're trying to come out of that to the downside. The 20-day moving average closed at 408.76. So if we do come out of this 3-day balance to the downside, good odds that we test it. Good luck trading today, and we'll recap at 4 p.m.